Okay, just wanted to make a quick video about Power Rangers. I've watched Power Rangers for a long time. Literally, I have a memory of being in my basement watching TV, and well, not my, well, kind of my basement, with a friend, and seeing a commercial for Power Ranger toys, and then literally the Power Rangers show started. And it was the very first episode with Mighty Morphin, not any of the Japanese ones. I've watched a few of those, and they're trippy. Trippy is good trippy, but still trippy considering I've watched the American ones more. I just watched the first episode of Beast Morphers, and it's interesting, I guess. It's Power Rangers now not owned by Saban anymore, from what I know. It's owned by Hasbro now, so we'll see how that goes. And Beast Morphers was okay. It wasn't terrible. But the main thing I wanted to say in this video, and I liked the Power Rangers movie that came out recently. I really did. But one thing they always seem to not get quite right, if you ask me, and it's not just the movies, it's more the TV shows as well. And it makes me want to start my own Power Rangers series and call it literally Power Rangers Happy Medium, because they need to find their niche and they just never seem to nail it. And as much as I did like the Power Rangers movie that came out recently, it seesawed the other way, and I found that kind of funny. They made it too serious. And as much as I don't like that, but at the same time I'm happy they at least went the other way, because the TV shows always go too damn campy for me, and yet the movie went too serious, and they really need to find the middle ground between the two. And I think they could make a perfect Power Rangers movie. The best one that I've ever seen, though, and this one went almost even more serious than the movies did, oddly enough, was on YouTube. It was about it was the guy from Dawson's Creek, James Vanderbeek, I think his name is. It's that one with the machine. It was so serious, but so well done. And if they're gonna go serious, then they need to go dark. But if they're not, if they want to stay slightly campy, they need to take themselves a little bit more seriously, but not basically put the Power Rangers with clown shoes on. And I don't know. See, that was the thing about the Power Rangers movie that annoyed me, was they went serious, but they didn't. Let's say they didn't pay as much homage to where they came from as they should have. I was happy when oh yeah, there might, you have not seen the Power Rangers movie, the newest one yet. There might be some spoilers in here, so careful. They delivered the line, "It's morphing time," in the most serious, oddly serious way I've ever heard. And then they didn't even really morph. They just stood in place, and then they were. They didn't even use the coins. Come on, guys. You'd at least given them a morpher, something. And I don't know. And I think that if they had managed to make that movie a little bit more campy and a little bit more true to the source material, I think it would have gone a long way. Also, I enjoyed the Zords, I did, but I did not enjoy not seeing the Zords come together. They fell into a pit, and they came out as the Megazord, and I didn't. That was a very large cop-out to me, is what that was. I was not a fan of that. There's someone walking down the hallway. Always freaks me out. Anyway, so yeah, they should have kept the morphers at least. And just I don't, just made it a little, taken itself slightly less seriously. The best part about the entire movie to me, though, probably was Rita. Can't remember the actress's name, and that's terrible of me. I apologize. But she blew it out of the water with an over-the-top Rita performance. It was amazing. And to me, that's one of the saddest things that we'll never see. It's never see a sequel to that movie, and that's sad. Because they set it up really well for a sequel, but I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. But they really just need to find their happy medium between like as campy. The shows are too campy. I'm gonna go out on a limb. The only way that works is in the Japanese ones, because they really just they embrace it to a point where you're like, well, that's what it is. The American ones try to shove some drama in there, and it's like, okay, but you're still keeping way too much of the campiness to. There's not enough room for the campy with the drama in the way the American ones do it. And I'm not exactly sure why they can't nail it like the Japanese can. The Japanese versions can. But one of the best ones that I've seen recently was the Pirate Sentai. And Sentai being Power Rangers in Japan. I'm sure I'm talking to people who, well, talking to people. Keep forgetting that I'm basically talking to myself because these videos get like 2 views each, but that's fine. The Power Rangers, the Pirates and the Pirate Power Rangers were one of the best ones I've seen in a long. And I'm talking about the Japanese one. I'm just talking about the Japanese one. The American version of the Pirate Rangers was insulting. Yeah, that's the word, insulting. they beat that thing to death and then crap on its corpse. It was so poorly done to me. The story didn't fit. The characters didn't fit. The footage didn't fit. It was so bad. So bad. But the Japanese version, the story, the characters, everything was it was really well done. I watched that and I truly enjoyed it. Actually, now that I've gotten a bit older and my tastes have changed, I guess, I enjoyed the Japanese versions just far more. And to me, it's the way it was meant to be. And believe me, when I was getting more into Power Rangers again as an adult, well, as close to an adult as this is, I really started looking into the Japanese versions, and it seems to be the way that a lot of stuff is. It's similar to my taste in anime as well. I read more manga now than I watch anime, but they dumb things down for America, and that's, well, I guess I should say North America, because even though I'm in Canada, just dubs, the dubbing of English or Japanese to English, in terms of not just subtitles. They actually change the voice and give it to voice actors. Why? They're so poorly done. I don't think I've ever seen a dub that was well done. Ever. None. And because I watch the subtitles, and then sometimes on YouTube or something else, I see a dubbed here and there, I realize, because I've watched the same thing in subtitles, I'm like, they're not even translating it correctly? Why? They can't even subtitle, they can't even translate it correctly. Because you can tell the subtitles are correct, because there's like full-on swearing, and some of there is swearing in a lot of those things. And the stuff they say, you're either like, that was not quite politically correct, or that the English didn't quite, it didn't sound like correct English in a sense. And that's when you know that they're translating correctly. It's just how it is. And yeah, no, man. I don't get people like dubbed. Dubbed is not just dubbed, it's dumbed. It's dumbed, it's not dubbed. Because it's, and I don't know why they feel the need to do that. Well, let's do two versions of dub. One with the exact, one maybe with the actual correct translations. These, because I'm going to go on a limb here and think that Canadians could handle it. I could handle it. That, and get, and I feel just terrible of me because I'm not one to talk. I have zippo for talent in terms of anything. And some of these voice actors are amazing, and some of them are just so bad. They're so bad. Got a little bit off topic there for a second, but back to Power Rangers. What I was saying originally, but before I went off on a weird ass tangent there, the first Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, was not even close to the first one in Japan. And when I found that out, it blew my mind. And then I went back and looked at the Japanese ones, and the early Japanese ones, not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all. But the interesting thing to me is how much, how it's a phenomenon in Japan. And it has been for a long time. And I think that's cool, and I like that. Even though I may not have been a fan of the original Super Sentai up until, well, a couple of them were okay. Some of them were just really, and not bad, but I guess let's call them hyper low budget, like my videos, because there's no budget involved here at all. I don't get paid. I don't get paid, and I don't get paid. Making no money. Woo! Good times. But yeah, no, if they could make it dark, if they could pull a Cabin in the Woods and make it funny and dark like that, I think they could have a Power Rangers franchise that would honestly do really well. But I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. But yeah, well, stranger things have happened, right? I mean, look at who the president is in the United States, and that can happen. Friggin' anything can happen. Anyways, this is my little Power Ranger rant. How I want to see Power Rangers, the happy medium. And you never know. Someday, wish upon a star, wish upon a power coin, throw a power coin into a wishing well. You never know. Oh, one last thing that I wanted to mention. There's only been 2 episodes of it, but I really enjoyed it so far. Power Rangers Unworthy. I love the story. That the action is very well choreographed from what I've seen so far, in my opinion. Very well done, and like I said, I really like the story, and I really like if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to ruin it for you, but the character, he's called the Arbiter, or Arbiter, yay, pronunciation. Well done, and I really want to see more of it. I hope more gets made, but like it's YouTube, and I'm sure they're using their own money to make it, so it can't be easy. But if anyone watches this that is anything to do with that show, anything to do with that YouTube video, you guys are doing amazing, and I really, really wish you the best, and hope you guys manage to make more. They've almost did an original Power Rangers, and it's done so well. If someone in Hollywood sees them and can give them help to make a Power Rangers movie, that is the kind of Power Rangers movie that I think could go a long, long way. Power Rangers Unworthy. Check it out if you can. And I'm gonna look at me, Power Rangers Unworthy. I'm gonna get at the most. You're gonna get two more views. You're welcome. 2 more views. But yeah, no. Power Rangers Unworthy. Very well done. Dark, but still funny. And one other thing too is the suits that they wear in that are the suits that should have been in the Power Rangers movie. Because one of the things I did not like about the Power Rangers movie was their armor was weird looking. It was really, it's one of the things I think they took too seriously. Because when they morphed and it was like crawling up their arm, and I'm like, that's not how morphing works, you. But anyways, wow, 15-minute rant about Power Rangers. Power Rangers, hashtag Power Rangers Happy Medium. Would love to see it. Go watch Power Rangers, and we're the 3 people that watch this video. I'm overestimating again. Yeah, long time Power Rangers fan. I would love to see it get the treatment it deserves. We'll see. Anyways, well, that's it. Cheers, and thank you for watching. If you watched video over